Welcome to WAC Play inside the GCU Softball Stadium on a hot afternoon in the Valley of the Sun of Phoenix, Arizona. It's a battle of top four teams in the Western Athletic Conference as the Dixie State Trailblazers pay a visit for 3 games to your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Cheyenne Rose and Cheyenne, both sides coming off a series earlier this week against Pac-12 opponents. Neither side saw a victory as the Lopes fell to Arizona State.
Yeah, the Lopes had that 21-0 loss against the Sun Devils. Both teams are coming into this on a 3-game losing streak, but both teams do have something to prove, this being the first time Dixie State playing the Lopes in Western Athletic play. And as we see, the Lopes currently sit in first with Dixie State in fourth, so definitely a big game here. Dixie State being 3-3, and then the Lopes being 4-2 in WAC play. And then if we take a look at the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game, Kyle, number 1, keep that crown. As I mentioned, the Lopes are in a first place with that 4-2 record in the WAC, while the Lopes have lost their last 2 games in WAC play in Las Cruces. The Lopes had 7 home runs, 2 of them coming off of the bats of freshmen Bokosh and Gerke. So the Lopes definitely looking to keep their crown this weekend in WAC play. And then familiarity. While these teams have never played together against each other in D1, they have had 27 games against each other in their D2 careers, starting back in 2008, and then their last game was in 2013. Now, the Lopes are looking to flip the script here in D1 play as they are 4-23 against the Trailblazers. And then bring it around town. We've seen the Lopes have several occasions with the bases loaded and not able to bring anyone around. And then in that loss against the Sun Devils, not being able to score at all. So Lopes definitely looking to get some momentum and come around the plate early here in this one.
Absolutely, Cheyenne. Those are your Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game. And as you see on your screen, the Lopes are getting introduced, but let's take a quick look at the Talking Stick Resort starting lineup for the visitors, the Trailblazers of Dixie State. They will start in center field in batting leadoff, number 14, Haley Hubanks. Doing the catching, batting second, number 2, SHEA CLEMENTS. At second base, batting third, number 24, MEAGAN Anders. In the cleanup spot and at first base is number 21, MIKAELA THOMSON. And the designated hitter and in the 5 hole is number 22, Oakley Trapp. And in left field will be Eldridge batting 6th. Third base, number 25, Laura Lockard. And the 8 and 9 batters will start with the right fielder, number 23, Casey Crawford. And the shortstop, number 7, KIRSTEN QUIGLEY, with the pitcher in the circle for Dixie State, number 6, Carissa Burgess. Those were your Talking Stick Resort starting lineups for the Dixie State Trailblazers. And you talked about in the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game, Cheyenne, that the Lopes are sitting in first place while Dixie State's sitting in fourth. Similar records on the season. The Lopes are 15-19 with that 4-2 Western Athletic Conference record. Dixie State 15-18, but an even 500 at 3-3 in Western Athletic Conference play. So a key series here this weekend before these two sides, who both sit in the top 4 in the standings.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a good game here to see how the Lopes start this one in game 1 of this 3-game series that we have. Of course, second game coming just 30 minutes after this one ends, and then finishing up the series on Sunday. But definitely a big game here, Kyle.
And now we'll send it down to the field for the national anthem.
National anthem.
First pitch just about ready to get going as the two sides will meet one final time, and then the Lopes defense will take the field as the pitcher in the circle today for Grand Canyon is their ace, number 23, Ryan Denhart. See the Lopes starters and bench players right there having a party down there on the third base side, Cheyenne.
Yeah, definitely starting this game off with some good energy over there, hoping to carry that into the actual game going on.
Absolutely, as the Lopes defense takes the field. You see Ryan Denhart on your screen. She will get ready to take the circle. Denhart on the season is 7-5. This will be her 15th start and 20th appearance. She's got a .336 ERA, 6 complete games for her, 77 innings of work. She's given up 92 hits, 49 runs. 37 of those runs have been earned. She struck out 51 batters while walking 23, and the opponents are batting .293, which is the second best opponent batting average on this Lopes pitching staff, right behind J.C. Hambrick, who started the game on Tuesday against Arizona State, where she was pulled just after an inning or so of work on Tuesday. Lopes only managed to muster up one hit against the Sun Devils, looking to have the bats come alive this afternoon in a doubleheader, and also looking to try and flip the script against Dixie State Cheyenne, as you mentioned, their all-time record against these Trailblazers.
Yeah, Kyle, definitely wanting to at least get something going for him, as you mentioned, only getting that one hit against the Sun Devils. Definitely looking to get those bats swinging here, similar to like that first game in Las Cruces where the Lopes had those 7 home runs.
Absolutely. They won that one 8-6 against the Aggies and are currently on a 3-game losing streak coming into today. Hannah Eubanks will lead it off for Dixie State. And the first pitch from Ryan Denhart is in for strike number 1. Denhart looks in, gets the sign from the starting catcher, Isabella Gerke today, getting the start in game 1 behind the dish. Second pitch, missing the outside corner for ball 1, and the count goes even. A ball and a strike to number 14, Hannah Eubanks, who will be playing center field for Dixie State this afternoon. She bats .382 on the season. She has started every single game Dixie State has played this year, all 33. The 1-1. Low and outside as we'll get time called by Gerke, and the count goes 2 balls and a strike.
Denhart earned WAC Pitcher of the Week after her performance in that opening WAC series, posting a .70 ERA against UVU. So as you mentioned, definitely that ace for the Lopes, looking to get something more going here for her team in this WAC conference game.
Absolutely. The transfer out of the University of Maryland from a couple seasons ago, Denhart, that one's fouled off by Eubanks, and the count's even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming over for her sophomore year was Ryan Denhart. Denhart, of course, the senior from California. Eubanks is a sophomore also from California, but from Chino Hills, as that one's ripped foul down the first base line. Hannah Eubanks can also play first base, so has a little bit of a utility feel for her, but she'll be out in center field this afternoon. Stands at 5'8", bats and throws left-handed. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes from Ryan Denhart to the Trailblazer leadoff batter here in game 1 of our doubleheader on this Friday afternoon. 2-2 is lined straight back up the middle. Fifield will field it on a hop and throw it back into Pearson. And the first hit of the game is for the leadoff batter, Hannah Eubanks.
Well, Eubanks does have a team best batting average at .382 and then a team high doubles in 12. So obviously a good leadoff person there for the Trailblazers and able to get on.
Her 40th hit of this season. This is her 34th game of the year. That will bring up SHEA Clements, the catcher this afternoon for Dixie State. The first pitch is in for a strike. So runner on first base as Eubanks, just 1 for 2 stolen bases this season. See if maybe she gets the green light if Dixie State tries to manufacture some runs. 0-1, up high. Ball and a strike. We have an even count now. 1 ball and 1 strike. SHEA Clements also has played and started in all 33 games of the season for Dixie State. She bats .282. Off speed again. Is a little bit wide of the plate. Counts 2 balls and a strike to the Dixie State second batter of the game. Denhart looking to settle in here, get maybe 2 outs at the most with a double play. That one popped up. Going back on it, Fifield tracking it down. Eubanks will stay put at first. And the long fly out for the first out of the game.
Number 24, the second baseman, MEAGAN.
He's got another look there at KRISTIN Fifield in center field, making the play on that high fly ball. Just a couple steps in front of the warning track, as now with 1 out, the Lopes will have the infield meet at the circle and talk things over. Brings up MEAGAN Anders for Dixie State. With 1 out and a runner on first base. First pitch to her. On the outside corner, but just going to miss, says the home plate umpire. One ball, no strike count. Denhart delivers. Same spot, but that one in for a strike this time. Has started all 3 batters as she has faced so far on 1-1 counts. Anders bats .369 for a second best average on the team. Squares to bunt, lays one down. Torville going to throw over to first with Pearson covering. And it's out number 2 as Eubanks advances to second base. Take one more look at it.
Yeah, just a well-executed bunt there, doing her job, getting the runner to advance in second, and now Trailblazers having Eubanks in scoring position.
Take a look there, Savannah Torville, the third baseman for GCU. So, runner in scoring position, 120 feet from scoring for the cleanup hitter. That one ripped into the right center field gap. One hop off the wall. That's going to score a run into second. Sliding safely is Thompson, and it's a 1-0 Dixie State lead as Eubanks comes around to score.
Yeah, she just dug into all of that and rolled down almost to the wall, just right at the warning track, and with Eubanks being able to advance on second on that bunt, just being able to come around and score there.
In for a strike to the designated hitter, Oakley Trapp, number 11 for Dixie State. They have a 1-0 lead. Runner on second. That's MIKAELA Thompson, who just had that RBI double, and the count goes even. So Oakley Trapp bats .404. That's a high fly ball into foul territory. Running out of room is Dyer. And it's out of play. Outside, count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Denhart with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Couldn't get her to chase. Counts full.
Trapp has started 20 games for the Trailblazers with 62 at-bats and 24 hits. Looking to at least advance her teammate to third, if not bring her around. And Denhart just trying to get that final out and bring her team up to the plate.
Payoff is crushed foul. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oakley Trapp, she's started 18 of the 19 games coming into today. So she has the team best 404 average, but has played just over half the games. Like you mentioned, 19 hits on her season. 6 RBIs for her as well. 3-2 again. Inside walked her. That'll put 2 aboard.
The left fielder, number 11, Mallory Eldridge.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Mallory Eldridge. So now 2 aboard for the Trailblazers with a 1-0 lead and 2 outs, trying to tack on to that lead here in the top half of the first. First pitch for Eldridge is in the dirt. Eldridge, the redshirt junior from Colorado, stands in. She's out in left field this afternoon. Denhart's ready to go once again as she steps back into the circle. One 0's in for a strike. Eldridge 352 batting average on the season. Looking to extend this inning. 6th batter of this top half of the first. 1-1. Lined down the first base side, but foul. Denhart again a strike away from getting out of this inning with only 1 run. Count is actually 2 balls and 1 strike. So they had an illegal pitch on Denhart, so 2-1. That one's a tough one. Torville does the smart thing, lets it roll foul, and the count will go even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had some funky spin on that one. It was a small little pop-up into no man's land, really, between Torville and Denhart, and as soon as it hit the dirt, it started to spin foul, and Torville just waited for it to cross that line. 2-2. Fouled off into the screen. Count will remain. 2 away, 2 on for Dixie State here in the top of the first. They already have 1 run thanks to Thompson bringing around Eubanks on the RBI double after the leadoff single from Hannah Eubanks. Gerke will give the sign. Here's the 2-2. Gerke's got to stop it in front of her. Does a good job to keep it in front and nobody's going anywhere. Counts full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mallory Eldridge. Denhart walked the last batter, trying to avoid the same fate here. 3-2. Tried to jam her on the inside, but she fights it off, and Eldridge stays alive.
Yeah, Denhart doing whatever she can to try and get that last out. Trying to just get her team up to the plate with only 1 run across for the Trailblazers.
Getting the signs from the dugout. Gerke will relay those to Denhart. She'll come set. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a fly ball going into foul territory. Dyer making the grab. And that retires the side, so a long fly ball into foul territory for out number 3. When we come back, it is the Lopes up to bat with a 1-run deficit in the bottom of the first inning.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
When I think back on graduation day, it's such a special moment, walking across the stage, hearing your name called. I think I would really regret not walking. I think being able to finish out a long college experience with an awesome moment like graduation is really special.
If I hadn't decided to walk that day, I think I'd regret not having that sense of closure and accomplishment for that huge chapter in my life.
My name's Noah and I graduated in 2015.
My name is Lauren and I graduated in 2016.
Herff Jones, by your side.
Lopes getting set to come to the plate for the first time this afternoon, and let's take a look at their Talking Stick Resort starting lineup. They'll lead things off with GIANNA Nicoletti, then JAIDEN REID, followed by Lily Bishop in the 3 spot. In the cleanup batter roll is Anjolie Aguilar, Bocage, 5-6-7, KRISTIN FIFIELD, Isabella Gerke, Savannah Torville. And rounding out the order in the 8 and 9 holes is Jordan Pearson and Tabitha Dyer. On the hit, or in the circle rather, for Dixie State this afternoon will be number 6, Carissa Burgess, who is 10-9 on the season with a 4.60 ERA, 9 complete games, 108 innings of work. She's given up 138 hits, 97 runs, 71 of those runs have been earned. She's walked 45 and struck out 80 on her season as she'll get ready for another start for Dixie State, and you see GIANNA Nicoletti starting to settle in for the Lopes. First pitch to Nicoletti is inside for a ball.
Well, Nicoletti ranks first in the WAC in stolen bases with 21, and then second in batting average with 410. Of course, with her speed, always see her stealing some bases here for the Lopes and trying to get something going for her team here in the leadoff position.
Nicoletti, a very reliable leadoff batter. She's got a 508 on base percentage, and you mentioned those steals. She's got 21 on 24 attempts. Got to get a board before you can steal a base, and the count is 1-1 to GIANNA Nicoletti. She's got 43 hits on her season. She'll swing at that one, and it's fouled off. Now behind 1-2 in the count. Dixie State got their leadoff batter aboard with a single right back up the middle. See what Nicoletti can do. The count, ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Up high. Nicoletti takes it. Counts even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. She has started and played in all 34 Lopes games this season. An everyday player for sure for this Lopes team. Here's the 2-2. Nicoletti swings through and misses, just her 11th strikeout of the season. And there's one away in the top of the first, or bottom of the first. Brings up JAIDEN REID, the designated hitter for the Lopes today. She'll be batting second, not playing the field. So 1 down. missing the corner, but not by much, as Reed takes for a ball. Jaiden Reed on her season. This is just her 16th start, 21st appearance. She bats .227 on the year. Burgess delivers, and it's low. And the count quickly now. 2 balls and no strikes. Reed 10 hits on the season. 1 extra base hit for her as well. Or 3 extra base hits, 3 RBIs for her. And now she is ahead, 3 balls, no strikes, so a true hitter's count now to Jaiden Reed. See if she can get aboard via the walk. Burgess looks in. She'll come set, wind, and deliver. And it's in the dirt. Reed is aboard. Lopes have their first base runner of the day.
It's only the 4th time that Reed has been walked all season.
Brings up the first baseman for the Lopes, Lily Bishop.
And we've seen the power in Bishop, could easily tie or take the lead with 1 swing of her bat.
Tied for the team lead in home runs with 4, alongside Fifield and Dietrich. Bishop has had a good last few weeks at the dish. And that's 5 straight balls from Burgess now, as that one is in the dirt to start things off for Lily Bishop, who bats .312 on the season. 29 hits, 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 19 RBI for Lily Bishop. And now we'll have time called, and they want to talk things over with Burgess. So Reed is aboard for the Lopes. Down by 1, the tying run stands at first. See what Bishop can do at the plate. Looks like we are about ready to get things back rolling. Bishop eager to get back in the box. Now, coach leaves the circle in the infield. We'll talk things over one final time. Burgess has delivered 5 straight balls to the last 2 batters now. So 4 straight to Reed, and now the first one to Bishop. Looking for her to settle in now for the Trailblazers. Lily Bishop, of course, just trying to keep things alive for the Lopes. 1-0. Here's the pitch to Lily Bishop. She'll swing through that one. She took a huge swing at that. Missed it, and it's 1-1. So now Burgess back on track with a strike. 1-1. Bishop pokes that one foul. Just got a piece of that one off the edge of the bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lily Bishop, 1 out. Jaiden Reed staying on first base. It's a 1-0 Trailblazer lead. Here is the 1-2. And the off-speed fooled Lily Bishop, so now both outs have come via the strikeout for Carissa Burgess. And there's 2 away for the Lopes.
Yeah, Bishop trying to be aggressive at the plate there and being fooled and there by Burgess.
It was a great off-speed pitch from Burgess. Angelique Aguilar-Bocage steps in, and she will look for a strike on the first pitch of this at-bat. She is batting .344 on the season. Another one of the Lopes that has started all 34 games. 1 of 4, the other 2, Torville and Fifield. Aguilar-Bocage back up the middle, and it's going to get through, and now there's 2 aboard with 2 outs.
Yeah, that one just getting over the glove of Burgess and then missing the glove there of the second baseman for the Trailblazers, able to make it into center there and allow the Lopes to have 2 base runners on now with 2 outs.
See what Fifield can do as Reed and Aguilar-Bocage stand aboard the base pass for the Lopes with 2 away and a 1-0 deficit. They're trying to get out of right now, and the first pitch to KRISTIN Fifield is a ball. Fifield bats .309 on the season. She's one of those Lopes with 4 home runs. She's got 21 RBIs as well. That leads the team. She'll swing through that, and the count is even, a ball and a strike. One. Outside and low. 2 balls and a strike to the Lopes center fielder. Here's the 2-1. Fifield fouls it off. And the count's even now, so Cheyenne 2 on, 2 outs, and 1 strike away for Burgess from getting out of this inning with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Kyle, as we mentioned in the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game, the Lopes have had a few games where we've seen them get runners on, get runners in scoring position, and not be able to bring them around and get them to score.
That one's fouled off, and the Lopes have struggled with that a little bit this season, Cheyenne. You talked about getting them on, but not really being able to bring them around all the time. They've had a couple of games in the recent past couple series now, especially against New Mexico State, where they scored about 6 runs in 2 of those games, won 8-6, lost 8-6, and 2 of those games in Las Cruces from just over a week ago now. So here's the 2-2 again. Fifield fouled off the catcher's gear of Clements. And KRISTIN Fifield stays alive.
Yeah, Fifield doing great work trying to at least move her teammates up, if not bring them around, and Fifield being one of those 3 tied for the record of home runs on the season with 4.
Home run would go a long way here for the Lopes, put them up 3-1 on a 3-run homer if it happens here. Here's the 2-2 one more time. She'll watch high and outside. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to the Lopes center fielder. Dixie State was able to send 6 batters to the plate in the top half of the first. This is the 5th Lopes batter faced from Burgess here in the bottom half of the first. Here is the payoff pitch. Fifield swung on a miss. She strikes out the side. And it's a 1-0 Dixie State lead going to the top of the second inning. You're watching GCU softball on GCU TV.
Once you've been to hell and back, there's not much left to fear. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under his bed for me. Have you ever wondered who Waldo's hiding from? Me. Not even the Cougars of LA are enough to scare me. But if I get into an accident, I'm calling the boss. Sweet James. If you've been hurt, don't back down. Call Sweet James.
From reimagining the way you work to reassessing what you need, you've changed the way you do business. And now, so have we. With no annual contracts and flexible internet and voice solutions, you'll have what you need to get back to business. Rethink, reconnect, reimagine. Switch to Cox Business today.
Back inside the GCU softball stadium as there's a slight breeze going. You can see it on the flag out in right field. It's a hot day in the desert, Cheyenne, but that nice breeze must be nice outside. Not quite sure. We're inside.
Yeah, can't really feel that breeze, but
not complaining.
No, definitely not. It's a lot cooler when it's 93 degrees outside and we're inside the booth at a comfortable temperature.
It is a hot 93 degrees, let me
hot
tell you.
93.
Denhart comes out for the second inning of work for her. Gave up 2 hits and an earned run and walked a batter back in the first. This will bring up the 7, 8, and 9 batters for Dixie State. First pitch to Laura Lockard is a strike. This is her first at-bat on the afternoon. Now in line, right at Bishop on a slow roller. And Bishop ranging over, making the grab, and there's one away on the ground out. Let's take a look at how the Lopes line up. Defensively, it's Isabella Gerke behind the plate. Bishop at first, Jordan Pearson at second, Angeli Aguilar-Bocage in the hole at short, Torville at third, and the outfield from left to right. Gianna Nicoletti, KRISTIN Fifield, and Tabitha Dyer. That has pretty much been the 3 outfielders for the Lopes all season long. You've seen a little bit of movement from the infield, not a whole lot in that outfield 3, as the first pitch to Case Crawford is a strike as well.
Well, Kyle, we've seen some great acrobatic plays by those outfield players. We saw the one from Dyer to get the final out in the top of the first.
And Torville, there's an athletic play on the hot shot. They don't call it the hot corner for nothing. That looks better in slow motion, doesn't it?
I mean, it looked great in real time, but even better in slow-mo. Torville just able to keep that ball in her glove and get the second out here for the Trailblazers.
And you're playing a couple steps in on third, you got to have that glove ready. So that'll bring up the 9 batter, Kirsten Quigley, who takes the first pitch inside for a ball. The Washington native, senior, playing shortstop today for Dixie State. Bats .260 on the year. Played and started in all 33 games. Make it 34 of 34 now for Quigley as she takes first strike. Count is even now, ball and strike. So after giving up the leadoff single and then the RBI double and a walk and a 1-0 deficit for the Lopes, 1 out away from getting out of this inning unscathed for Ryan Denhart, going 1-2-3, but that pitch is outside, 2-1. Go a long way if we can get the Lopes bats back up to the plate quickly. See if they can't get to Carissa Burgess. 2-1. Right at Aguilar-Bocage, and she makes the grab as well.
Yeah, she saw Torville's nice play, and she's like, I can do that too, and gets out number 3 there to bring the Lopes back up to the plate.
A couple of top play nominees for next week. Get ready to vote on those, and we'll get ready for the Lopes bats to come back in the bottom of the second inning.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions GIF Collection.
Now I'm so happy.
6, 7, 8 due up for the Lopes. Gerke, Torville, Pearson will come to the plate at the minimum to face Burgess. It was a 1-2-3 top half of the second for Ryan Denhart and the Lopes defense. Still down 1-0 as Isabella Gerke will look to get things rolling against this Dixie State defense, and she'll foul one off.
Well, Gerke picked up her first home run in a little bit of big fashion, you could say, Kyle. I mean, just getting her first home run being a grand slam in the top of the 6th inning against the Aggies.
Not a bad way to get your first.
Yeah.
Burgess wants the new ball. They'll change those out. Gerke, the freshman for Grand Canyon. She'll settle in, try and get things going as Burgess struck out all 3 Lopes batters after a strikeout, a walk, a strikeout, a single, and a strikeout. So every other batter right now is a strikeout for Carissa Burgess. See if she keeps that theme going. 0-1. Off speed is up high. She's had her off-speed stuff working so far. Fooled Bishop and Fifield back in the first. Here is the 1-1. In for a strike. Oh, I noticed that. I was just talking when I noticed it. I was like, I'm not going to tell them. They'll figure it out. 1-2. Fouled off. Staying alive, Isabella Gerke. Gerke on the season, just a 208 average. This is her 9th start for the Lopes, 16th game played. 5 hits. 1 home run, 8 RBIs for the Lopes catcher. One of 3 catchers on this Lopes roster. Dietrich and Holland are the other 2. Here is the 1-2 from Burgess. Up high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Lopes catcher to lead off this bottom half of the second. Again, 6, 7, 8 are due up. 2-2. Grounded to Anders at second. Thrown on to first for Thompson. And there's one away. Take a look at the defense for Dixie State today. Behind the plate, Clements. Of course, in the circle is Carissa Burgess. Thompson at first. Anders at second. Quigley in the hole at short. Lockard at third. And the outfield from left to right, Eldridge, Hubanks, Crawford. As Torville gets ready to settle in. She'll swing, get just a piece of that, and foul it straight down. And it's 0-1 to Savannah Torville.
Saw Savannah get that great out there on third, but she's also started at first, short, and as the designated player. So definitely a dangerous person, not only at the plate for the Lopes, but on the defense as well.
And we saw that beautiful grab from her for the second out of that first inning, or of that second inning, rather. Got Crawford on the line out. It was a hot shot, and she just threw her glove down there, and the ball ended up going into it. Tough play, but she made it, and now looking to do some damage on the base pass. That one clips the inside part of the plate, and the count is now 0-2 to Savannah Torville. Or they'll say it was an illegal pitch, so now the count goes to a ball and a strike. So Torville a little bit catching a break that time. Torville, the junior from Whittier, California. She'll also ground out as Anders throws to Thompson, so back-to-back plays for Anders at second. And there's 2 away for the Lopes. Megan Anders has made both plays at second base for both outs, one on Gerke, one on Torville, as the 8-batter Jordan Pearson will step in, playing second base for the Lopes. Number 47. She'll take inside, almost got a piece of her. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Pearson was the only Lope to get a hit against Arizona State on Tuesday.
Pearson looking to get a hit here against the Trailblazers and try and get something going with a little bit of a 2-out rally for the Lopes.
Yeah, she was that lone hit against the Sun Devils. Lopes did have a couple people aboard via the walk, but ultimately couldn't bring anybody around. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Two one, swung on, missed. It's even again, 2 balls and 2 strikes as Burgess looking to go 1-2-3, just like Denhart did in the top of the second. Burgess comes set, and here is the 2-2. Pearson fights it off, stays alive. Jordan bats .250 on the season. This is her 26th start today. She's got 12 hits on the year. Burgess again, ready to deliver. Here is the 2-2. Outside, Pearson will face a full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second full count of the game for Burgess. Walked REID on a 3-0 back in the first. Here is the 3-2. Fought off of Pearson's leg and went foul. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fifield was the last victim of a 3-2 count, which ended in a strikeout, the third of the game for Burgess to end the bottom of the first inning. Pearson looking to avoid a similar fate. Here is the 3-2. Again, that one grounded right back to Burgess. She'll take her time, throw it on to first, and that will end the bottom of the second inning. It is a 1-0 Dixie State lead after 2 innings of play. Let's move to the third, where Dixie State will send 1, 2, and 3 to the plate.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited-time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
GCU fans, if you haven't already, it's time to download the Lope Nation app. Watch GCU home sporting events directly from your app. Receive personalized news and score updates for your favorite Lopes teams. Follow the Lopes closer than ever with scores, schedules, stories, and more. And even more perks will be coming soon. Search GCU Athletics in your phone's app store or download the GCU Athletics app now at gculopes.com/app.
Hannah Eubanks is back up for her second at-bat, and it's a first pitch strike from Ryan Denhart. She singled back in the first, came around to score. She is the lone run on the board for either side. That one just missing. Ball and a strike. Sophomore center fielder due up. Last year, she appeared in all 26 games for Dixie State, made all 26 starts, had 38 hits and 87 official at-bats, as that one's in for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now goes the count. Had 6 home runs from a season ago and led the team in batting average with .437. Second on the team right now in batting average coming into this series. The 1-2 is high and inside. Count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the center fielder looking to repeat what she did back in the first. Denhart went 1-2-3 in the second. Here's the 2-2, and that one was a shot, but it went well foul.
Yeah, Eubanks being that 1 run on the board for the Trailblazers, and so far the main difference here in this game. Of course, still a lot of softball left to play here, Kyle.
Absolutely. Here's the 2-2. It takes 1 hop in the dirt, and it's full. Denhart has walked 1 already today, was trapped back in the first. That extended the inning. After the leadoff single from Eubanks, Denhart was able to get back-to-back outs. Looking to get the first out of this third inning on this one, and she'll walk Eubanks. Second walk of the day for Ryan Denhart. And that brings up SHEA Clements, who flew out to KRISTIN FIFIELD back in the first. She'll step up and step in to the batter's box for her second appearance of the day, looking for her first hit. Inside, in for a strike. .0-1 from Denhart. Bunted. Denhart trying to make a play, and the throw's going to be late, and it gets into right field. Now Dyer, they got one when it caught in a rundown. It's Eubanks. Torville chasing. Torville applies the tag, and the Lopes will ultimately get 1.
Yeah, nice bunt there as we see Bishop, Torville, and Denhart all come in and try and get it. And then that throw over to first just getting away, but Lopes still able to get an out of it, Kyle.
And a big out as Eubanks got caught in the rundown as Denhart went to field the bunt from Clements. The throw was late, and then it got past Pearson. Good thing Dyer was backing up and made an excellent throw to Savannah Torville before Eubanks could get anywhere near the bag. That brings up Anders to the plate. And it's a 1-0 count now. That puts Clements on first, so now just 1 on for Dixie State instead of 2. In for a strike. Double play ball gets the Lopes out of this inning. See if Torville can work back-to-back 1-2-3s. 1-1. Fouled off. Denhart ahead in the count now. A ball and a pair of strikes. Megan Anders, the senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Down the count, 1-2. She's at second base today. Made a couple of routine plays in the bottom of the second. Right at Denhart. She'll spin, fire in the dirt, and everybody's going to be safe.
Yeah, nice work there by Denhart to get the ball back in her glove, but throw off the money there, and thankfully it was kept in the infield, so it wasn't allowed the run Trailblazers.
So Thompson, who is 1 for 1 with the RBI double, is up to the plate now for Dixie State. Fouled off. One, 2 aboard with an out. Lopes almost had the double play, but the error from Denhart has everybody safe, second and first. Two balls and a strike goes the count. So with Clements on second, Anders on first, and Thompson at the plate with that RBI double, she's looking to repeat what she did in the first, give Dixie State an extended lead here in the top half of this third inning. Only one away for the Trailblazers, 2-1. That one's popped up. It's going to be playable from Nicoletti. She's on and she makes the grab, and everybody's going to have to stay put. Brings up the designated hitter, Oakley Trapp.
Yeah, Nicoletti using her speed there to get to foul territory and have enough time to get under it and make that catch to get out number 2 here for the Lopes. A big out here, Kyle, that they needed.
Huge out and a great play. A long way from Gianna Nicoletti to make that one. Trapp walked in her first appearance, one of the 2 walks for Denhart today. First pitch is outside. Everybody staying put. Nobody moving over just yet. So they got the force at first, second, or third. So whatever the easiest play is here for the Lopes defense, that's the play that will be made. 1-0. In for a strike.
Seen this happen a lot from Denhart, getting that 1-1 count to start things off and just trying to finish it out here and get her team back up to the plate as quickly as she can here.
Trying to keep the deficit at 1 at the moment with 2 aboard. That one right at Pearson. She'll flip over to Bishop. And that, or hold on, not yet. They're going to say an illegal pitch on Ryan Denhart. So the count goes 2-1, so we'll go back and we'll do it again. So just when you thought the Lopes were out of the inning, let's try one more time. 2-1 off speed, right down the pipe for a strike. Denhart answers the illegal pitch with a beautiful off-speed pitch. 1 strike away again from getting out of the inning now. Here is the 2-2. Ripped foul. Great play by the first base coach on the 1 hop.
Bare hand and everything there, Kyle.
Got to have soft hands as a coach over there. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Here in the top of the third, 2 aboard. Here is the 2-2. That one's a high fly ball on the right. Dyer giving chase. Dyer looking up, and it's not going to stay in the ballpark. It's a 3-run home run for Dixie State.
Yeah, you see her just get under it, and that wind is blowing pretty much exactly to where that ball was carried there, Kyle. And unfortunate for the Lopes with that illegal pitch from Denhart that would have gotten them out of the inning, and now it's a 4-0 game here for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, so the error that would have possibly turned 2 that extended the inning ultimately comes back to bite the Lopes, and it's now a 4-0 Dixie State advantage. Eldridge grounding to Aguilar Bocage. She'll throw over to first, and this time the Lopes get out of the inning. All right, so we'll go to the bottom of the third, but not before a 3-run home run tacks on 3 more for Dixie State. It's 4-0 Trailblazers over the Lopes here on GCU TV.
It's time to get away. It's time to escape. It's a new day to play. Your retreat awaits at Talking Stick Resort. Indulge your appetite for excitement with our thrilling table games, our electrifying slots, our outstanding restaurants, and our exceptional accommodations. It's all waiting for you. It's a new day to play at Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
Back inside the GCU softball stadium as you take a look at the Grove. Right there just beyond that left center field wall, the freshman housing here on the campus of Grand Canyon University. It's move-out week, Cheyenne, as classes have gone back online for the final 2 weeks of the semester. Only got 1 week left.
Yeah, it's a little scary there, Kyle. Our last game, tomorrow.
Last weekend
we're
here
in.
for us at softball. As it'll be 9-1-2 up for the Lopes. It's Tabitha Dyer to lead things off. She is the 9 batter and in right field for GCU this afternoon. Burgess has only given up 1 hit, and outside of that, with the walk, she has been almost perfect with a trio of strikeouts. Get things started off with Dyer for a strike. Tabitha bats .293 on this season. 17 hits for her. 0-1. Up high. Even count now, ball and strike as the Lopes looking to string together a couple of hits and just try and chip away now at this 4-0 lead after the home run by Trapp. Which was her first of the season. Back in that top of the third, and now it is a 1-2 count as that one was fouled off. So Dyer down to her last strike. Tabitha can do a little bit of everything for the Lopes. She made a couple pitching appearances as well this season. Mostly does the work in right field for Grand Canyon. She'll fight that one off and stay alive as well.
Yeah, you mentioned her becoming one of those staples out there in right field, Kyle.
Yeah, the transfer from the University of Pennsylvania in her first season with the Lopes. We're going to get things rolling here in the bottom of the third. Here is the 1-2 from Burgess. It's up high. She watches it, and it's an even count once more. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we talked about at the top of the broadcast, Cheyenne, the Lopes just that 1 hit against Arizona State. Just 1 hit here through 2.5 innings almost now.
Yeah, that only hit coming from Bokosh, and Lopes definitely need to try and get their momentum going.
How about a second base hit? Is right back up the middle, and there's a single right on cue for Tabitha Dyer.
And that's perfect timing, as you said, Kyle. It's exactly what the Lopes need. They can't really change this game right now with one person on first base for the Lopes. They got to just do it 1 hit at a time and try and string those hits together and get those timely hits, as we've said so many times throughout these broadcasts.
Now 1 aboard with nobody away for Grand Canyon, as Tabitha Dyer, just 1 stolen base attempt. She was successful in that stolen base attempt on the year. Nicoletti struck out in her first time up, and she'll watch for a strike. A little frustrated with that strike call, it would appear. Nicoletti has come up with some timely hits for Grand Canyon in the past couple of weeks, including some extra base hits, which you don't see a whole lot from Nicoletti. She's that left-handed, just try to slap it the opposite direction, get a single. Beats out a lot of infield hits that she gets. Also very good bunter. And, of course, in that leadoff spot, she walks quite a bit as well.
Yeah, with her speed, obviously, being that slap hitter and just bunting it, does get to first most of the time, but definitely seen some more powerful hits in these past few games from Nicoletti, making it to left center or even center, and just doing some work here for the Lopes when they need it most.
Yeah, she got 8 RBIs on the year, 5 doubles, and that triple that we saw the last time the Lopes were here at home. Against Utah Valley, I believe, was when that triple came about from Nicoletti right into that left center field gap. Squares the bunt one more time, watches it for a ball, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike now to Gianna. Looking to get 2 aboard and really start putting some pressure on this Dixie State defense. Now, the Lopes, they can string together hits and string together runs with the best of them. And that's why they are at the top of the WAC right now at 4-2. Of course, 3 wins against Utah Valley and just the 1 against New Mexico State, as that one's right back to Burgess on to first, and that secondary throw is not going to beat Nicoletti, so a fielder's choice as it'll go in the books. And Nicoletti is aboard at first.
Number 4, the designated player.
Yeah, we're just going for that out at second to get that leadoff runner, and so we mentioned that speed in Nicoletti, just able to beat that throw out.
So she'll reach on the fielder's choice. Brings up Jaden Reed. She walked on 4 straight balls from Burgess back in the first. She was the Lopes' first base runner of the game, but they stranded her at second. Both teams have left 2 aboard. Nicoletti going to stay put for right now. She does have those 21 stolen bases on the year, so be on the lookout for Nicoletti to be on the move. She is also the single-season leader for the Lopes all-time in stolen bases. She did that back in non-conference play at one of the tournaments here at GCU with her 15th steal, 15th and 16th, as Nicoletti goes. Yeah, the throw's into center field. Nicoletti's going to stay put, so a stolen base from Gianna. Give her 22 on the season, and it's a 2-0 count to Jaden Reed.
Yeah, Kyle, only a matter of time until we saw Nicoletti go and steal a base.
Great jump from Nicoletti. She was going to be safe all the way. It was a little bit of a delayed throw from Clements as well. So the count is a ball and a strike, as now ball and 2 strikes to Jaden Reed. 1 away, so that stolen base breaks up the ending inning double play unless Nicoletti is thrown out going to third or caught on the tag. 1-2, 1 out. 1 aboard. Here's the pitch outside. Reed evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a 4-0 Dixie State advantage. One back in the first 3 back in the top half of this inning. Lopes scoreless in their first 2 tries. This is the second time through the order now as they flipped it over, and Reed fouls it off, stays alive. Still 2-2. Reed again walked back in the top, or in the bottom half of that first inning on a 4 straight balls from Carissa Burgess.
Yeah, Reed, only the 5th walk issued by Burgess all season long, so something that she doesn't really give up a lot of.
2-2 is swung on and missed in the dirt, and there's 2 away. That's the 4th strikeout now for Carissa Burgess. All of them swinging. And that brings up Lily Bishop, who was a strikeout victim back in the first. They got her swinging on a great off-speed pitch, which has been working all day long for Carissa Burgess. Let's see what Bishop can do in this AB. She'll poke that one off the glove of Thompson. Anders has to recover. She'll flip it underhand, and that will retire the side. It is still a 4-0 Dixie State lead as we go to the visiting half of the 4th inning. About halfway home in this one. You're watching GCU softball on GCU TV.
About time you watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
I would say to anybody considering maybe skipping graduation to spend a long time thinking about participating. I think it's a great opportunity to really take advantage of a moment that you only get once in your life. It's an opportunity to really experience something that highlights all the hard work that you've put in.
Not very many people get to experience that in their life. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to do that, and I think the memories that come out of that are just incredible.
Herff Jones, by your side.
3 innings down and in the books. We go to the top of the 4th. It will be 7, 8, and 9 for Dixie State. This order, the last time it was up, 7, 8, and 9, went 1, 2, 3. Denhart got out of the second inning on a ground out to Bishop, a line out to Torville, and a line out to Aguilar-Bocage. Both Aguilar-Bocage and Torville made beautiful, spectacular plays in their respective positions, third and short, to end the second as the first pitch to Lockard here, who did ground out to Bishop in the second. It is a 1-0 count.
Yeah, defense definitely helping out their pitching as much as they can with those great plays, as you mentioned. Seen them all over the field, from the 2 from Bocage and Torville to the 1 from Nicoletti and Dyer.
Yeah, a couple nice long-ranging outfield plays and a couple of flashing of the leathers for the infield. Defense has been pretty solid all the way around. That one's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is a 4-0 Dixie State advantage. That's the sophomore Laura Lockard is up. The Boise, Idaho native. She'll rip that one foul. Torville thought about reaching for that one for a second and then decided it was best that she didn't. Lockhart had 23 starts a season ago. She batted .348 for Dixie State. 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. And a team high 21 RBIs. Very strong defensively as well. She ended the season with a .925 fielding percentage. That one right to Pearson. She'll range over and make a nice flip to Lily Bishop for round number 1. Casey Crawford due up now. Fillmore, California native will settle in. She's 0 for 1. She had the hot shot to Torville at third. That's in for strike. Torville, or Denhart, excuse me, is getting ready, settling in. 0-1. Missing inside for a ball. Count is now even. A ball and a strike. Last season, Crawford, 16 starts and 24 appearances. She'll rip that one in for a base hit. Well, Dyer comes up throwing to first, but it won't be in time. It's in for a single for Casey Crawford, the right fielder. Her first hit of the game. And that brings up the 9 batter, KIRSTEN QUIGLEY.
Number 7, the shortstop, KIRSTEN QUIGLEY.
Yeah, nice effort there by Dyer, though, trying to get a play there at first, even though she was safe. But again, we've seen great work and effort from the defense all day long from the Lopes.
Runner goes, fielded on a hop. Pearson won't be able to apply a tag, and that is a stolen base for Casey Crawford. Casey Crawford is now 4 of 6 on stolen base attempts with that one on the year. Got a great jump on that. Might have had a play at her if it doesn't take that short hop from Gerke. 0-1. In for strike number 2. So now the double play ball really out of play here for the Lopes defense with 1 away. Hannah Eubanks stands in the on-deck circle looking to flip the order over for the third go-around. Here's the 0-2 from Denhart. Fouled away. So a 0-2 count with 1 away from Ryan Denhart to the 9 batter for Dixie State. Quigley looking to extend things. The senior shortstop right at Torville. They'll say it was in her glove before it hit the ground. So another beautiful play from Savannah Torville. Let's take another look. Just got her glove down there.
Just able to get her glove underneath there, and as we said, just helping her team out as much as she can.
Torville has been solid at third base today. Lineup flips over here in the top of the 4th as Hannah Eubanks, who has singled, scored a run, and walked today, is due back up. Two and 0 goes the count now to Eubanks. Fouled off. There's the first strike of this at bat. 2-1.
Denhart looking to retire Eubanks for the first time today. As you mentioned, getting that first hit and coming around to score and being that first run on the board for the Trailblazers.
3-1 goes the count. Dixie State looking to stay alive here in the top of the 4th. Add on to this 4-0 lead. There are 2 away with a runner on second. That's Casey Crawford. She singled and had a stolen base, and that is how she ended up on second base. As Eubanks looks to bring her around. 3-1 Fly ball out into right field. That's over the wall as well. A 2-run home run for Hannah Eubanks, and it's 6-0 Trailblazers.
Yeah, that one well over the wall on the right field side. Wind carrying directly right over that wall on the right field side. Again, Kyle, as we saw for the last home run. So just like that, 2 home runs here in back-to-back innings for the Trailblazers.
So as we get a new Lopes pitcher, it will be Sydney Sahar. Let's step aside while she warms up. It's 6-0 Dixie State here in the Game 1 of our doubleheader on GCU TV.
About time you watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Denhart's day is done. 3 2/3 innings of work, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks as well, no strikeouts for Ryan Denhart. Sydney Sahar, number 11, she'll be your new pitcher. She is 1-3 on the season. This will be her 17th appearance with a 7.14 ERA. She's got 2 saves in 34 1/3 innings of work, 51 hits, 42 runs, 35 of them earned, struck out 23 while walking 18. So Sahar is in looking to get the last out of this 3rd inning with SHEA Clements as she comes to bat. She's 1 for 2. Fly out in a single. Scored a run back in the 3rd. In for a strike from Sydney Sahar. So now, Cheyenne, let's see what Sydney Sahar can do in the circle for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Sahar trying to at least get that final out right here and bring the Lopes back up to the plate and trying to chip into that deficit, now down by 6.
Poked foul. No balls, 2 strikes to the catcher, SHEA Clements. Sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, SHEA Clements is in the box right now. Fouled off again. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, SHEA Clements, her parents were collegiate athletes at the junior college level. Her father played baseball and her mother played softball and volleyball at Taft Junior College. Now their daughter playing Division I softball. 0-2 from Sahar is outside in the dirt, and it gets by Gerke, and it's a 1 ball and 2 strike count. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away for the new pitcher, Sydney Sahar, coming in with no one on the base path. So here's the 1-2. It's up high. Got her swinging on the check swing, and that will retire the side. Another home run for Dixie State advances the lead. It's 6-0 here at the GCU Softball Stadium in the Valley of the Sun. We'll be right back for the Lopes to come to bat in the bottom of the 4th.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
I'm personal injury attorney James Bergener. Accidents can happen. If something happens to you or your family, call me. My firm and I will take you by the hand and guide you through everything. You see, personal injuries are just that. They're personal. You're not a number. You're more than just a name. This is your life. At my firm, each case is professionally and personally tailored to you. So if you've been injured, I've got your back. Call me now for a free consultation.
Heart of the order. Due up for Grand Canyon, 4, 5, 6, Aguilar, Bocage, Fifield, and Gerke will come to the plate at the minimum for GCU with a 6-0 deficit here in the home half of the fourth inning. And Jolie Aguilar Bocage, she has one of the 2 hits on the afternoon for Grand Canyon. She singled back in the first. She'll step in. Carissa Burgess still in the circle for Dixie State, and for good reason. She's had herself a great afternoon through 3 innings. Just 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Here's the first pitch. It's off speed. Talked about it all afternoon, Cheyenne. Her off speed stuff has been working.
Yeah, she's gotten some of the most disciplined low hitters to chase on her off speed pitches and doing great work with that pitch here as Bocage tries and gets something going here for her offense.
1-0-1 up high. Count goes even now. A ball and a strike. Angelie Aguilar Bocage, the younger sister of former Lope star Brianna Aguilar, graduated a season ago as the freshman shortstop is in the batter's box right now, and she has a 2-1 count. Of course, her older sister was one of the aces on this Lopes pitching staff for 4 seasons. Fans might know her better as Bobo. Here's 2-1. In the dirt. 3 balls and a strike to Aguilar Bocage here. Looking to get aboard and get something going. The Lopes got their leadoff batter Dyer aboard with a single in the third, but couldn't bring anybody around to score after Dyer and Nicoletti got on. 3-1. There's a fly ball to right field. Foul. Counts full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we saw Aguilar Bocage get her first home run of the year against the Aggies in game number 1 that the Lopes won. So see the power that she has there and looking to almost do it again here, Kyle.
Yeah, 11 home runs were hit in that opening game between the Lopes and the Aggies last weekend in Las Cruces. 7 by the Lopes, the other 4 by New Mexico State, but all 8 runs for GCU, and 7 of those came via the home. I know they had 7 home runs, so all their runs off the long ball. As there's a walk, Aguilar Bocage is aboard. See what KRISTIN Fifield can do. She struck out to end the first, so it's been a while since she's been to the plate. You see the Discover groups on campus right there just behind that outfield wall.
Yep, just a line of potential GCU students. These
Maybe
are fun
some
things.
Potential GCU TV workers.
Yeah.
Never know.
We'll need a lot of them coming up here, Kyle, as you and I are graduating, Jack and Dom graduating, and then, of course, a lot of our crew graduating as well. A little bit of sad moment there, Kyle.
Just over a week away.
That's terrifying.
0-1 to Fifield. She squared the bunt and fouled it off. She'll take for strike number 2. Of course, with move-out week happening, as the Discover students just passing in a line, there's a lot of them out there. You know, it's about that time to start thinking about next year's class. So I think a lot more Discover trips happening in the next few weeks because, with all the COVID guidelines and everything. There weren't a whole lot during the school year. That one's up high. Ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah,
Discover trip's a great way to get to know Grand Canyon.
Absolutely. I did my Discover trip, and it was a great thing that GCU does for potential students. They fly them out here or get you here in any fashion, get to stay on campus for a couple of days and experience what it's like to be a GCU student.
1-2, Fifield flown out to right. Now it'll be the first out. Aguilar Bocage will stay put. Crawford was there, taking about 3 steps to her left to make the grab. So here's the catcher, Isabella Gerke. She grounded out to second base, and Megan Anders back in the second inning. She is 0 for 1. Looking to see what she can do with Aguilar Bocage on first base. Pops that one up. Easy play made by Eubanks. Didn't really have to range over to make a grab as that one was hit right at her on the first pitch, 2 away.
The third baseman, number 26, Savannah.
Aguilar Bocage just 1 stolen base on the year, 1 attempt. She is 1 for 1. That brings up Savannah Torville, who is 0 for 1 today as well. She also grounded out to Anders back in the second. Looking to get the Lopes offense going here. 6-0 is the score. Dixie State has the lead. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Grounded foul. And that will make the count a ball and a strike. Dixie State defense has been very good today. Routine plays look super easy, and of course, the 4 strikeouts from Carissa Burgess doesn't hurt either. Here's the 1-1, in for a strike on the outside half of the plate. Ball and a strike to Savannah Torville. Of course, the Lopes defense hasn't been awful either. You've seen a lot of these 5 of the 6 runs scored off the long ball. The 3-run home run in the 3rd, the 2-run home run in the 4th. Of course, the only one that didn't come was the RBI double back in the 1st. That's how the game started. 1-2 on the way. Torville grounded to short as Quigley will throw to Thompson to retire the side. Another Lope stranded. And it's a 6-0 Dixie State lead as we go to the 5th inning of play here on GCU TV.
How does a chicken sandwich become a Whataburger spicy chicken sandwich? Is it by slathering it in a fiery sauce or adding some crazy hot toppings? Nah. If the chicken in a chicken sandwich wants to be spicy, it has to come from the inside. By marinating it in spices, frying it up, then cooling it off with fresh veggies, all on a new brioche bun. Good thing flavor can come from within. Good thing there's the new limited time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Back here for inning number 5, where the visiting Dixie State Trailblazers have a 6-0 advantage over Grand Canyon here at the GCU Softball Stadium. 3, 4, and 5 due up. That's Anders Thompson Trapp. Sydney Sahar back out, the lefty for the Lopes. She came in relief with 2 outs in the 4th inning for Ryan Denhart, and she'll start things off with a strike here in the 5th. So see what Sydney Sahar can do. That's a slow roller. Torville ranging over. She'll fire one to Bishop in time for out number 1.
We've said it all game, Kyle. The amazing plays that Bishop has been making at third. That slow rolled ball and just being able to get it out of her glove in time to Bishop to record out number 1.
It was a slow roller. It was going to be close the whole way. Torville with some great range for out number 1. Right down the middle for a strike to the first baseman, MIKAELA Thompson. She is 1 for 2. She had that RBI double back in the first, but then flew out to FIFIELD back in the third. Up high. Ball and a strike. 1-1 as Sahar looks in. Can't find the zone on that pitch, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count now. 1 away, nobody on for Dixie State. That one's ripped past the outstretched glove of Savannah Torville into left field as Nicoletti will fire a laser back into the infield. And it's a single for MIKAELA Thompson.
The designated player, Oakley Trapp.
Brings up Oakley Trapp. She homered back in the third after a walk in the first. She was that 3-run home run. That was her first on the season. So 1 for 1 today. She's been on base twice. Up high for a ball. 3 RBIs to Oakley Trapp's credit today. Grounded, looking to turn 2. Pearson over to first. Throw not going to be in time, but they will get Thompson.
Yeah, that well-hit ball there to Aguilar-Bocash, who flips it to Pearson to at least get the lead-out runner.
Two down now. First pitch is outside to Mallory Eldridge. So now 2 away here in the 5th inning of play for the Lopes. Still a 6-0 Dixie State lead, looking to tack on to that. We're out runner on first base. Sahar's off-speed pitch is outside, and it's 2-0 now to Mallory Eldridge. She's 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a ground out. Count is now 3 balls, no strikes to Eldridge. She takes that one on the inside, so now Sahara in danger of walking her first batter of the day. That's in for a strike. 3-1. Sahar comes set. She'll get ready. 3-1. Ripped foul. Count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Nice work from Sahar being able to get herself back into this count as she was at a 3-1 count and trying to get that final out. Lopes need to start chipping away at that lead and come back when they get to the plate.
3-2. Sahar, first walk of the game as Eldridge is now aboard.
The third baseman, number 5, Miley Moletta.
Two aboard for Dixie State. (1-0) from Sahar. 2 away, 2 on for Dixie State. They're going to say that hitter. So now the bases are loaded.
The right fielder, number 23, Casey Crawford.
Casey Crawford now due up. Let's see if we can see if that got a piece of her. Couldn't tell from that. Might have got off that front knee. First pitch. Here is a ball to Crawford. 1 for 2 today is Casey Crawford. She came around and scored back in the 4th. Throw down to third, not in time.
Now see the shade creeping over. It's currently only over really home plate and a little bit on third. Definitely will come and play a factor a little later on in this game and then in the second game as well, Kyle.
The 1-1 is crushed foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So Casey Crawford looking for hit number 2 on her day, looking to extend a 6-0 Dixie State lead. One, 2 on the way from Sahar is up high, no swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sahar can still get out of this inning unscathed. Bases are loaded. Two. Crawford into center. Fifield ranging over, and the Lopes get out of a jam. Still a 6-0 Dixie State lead as we go to the home half of the 5th. This is GCU Softball on GCU TV.
Joel Embiid is unhappy.
Like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using not-so-amazing GIFs to react to his amazing highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Embiid Deserves Better Reactions gift collection.
Now I'm so happy.
About time you watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshop.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GameDay20 to get 20% off just for being a GCU TV viewer. Log in and get your gear today. Got a lot of cool things you can pick up at the Lope shop. Of course, got some of those March Madness shirts as the Lopes made history for the first time in school history, going to the tournament.
Absolutely, Cheyenne, as Lopes looking to fight out of a 6-0 deficit. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 batters, starting with Jordan Pearson for the Lopes here in the 5th. And Pearson swinging on the first pitch. It is right at Thompson, and there's 1 away. Dyer, who is 1 for 1 today. She singled back in the third. She's going to look to repeat that performance and hopefully try and spark this Lopes offense.
Yeah, Dyer, one of the 2 hits that the Lopes have on the day.
Fouls off the first pitch, and it's a 0-1 count now. Carissa Burgess. 4 innings of work, just 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts against 16 Lopes batters that she has faced today. Here is the 0-1. Outside and a little bit high. Ball and a strike. Goes the count now. Gets the signing, comes set. Here is the 1-1. One hopped in the dirt past Clements. The count is 2 balls and a strike. Two one. Thrown on to first as Quigley makes the play at short, and there's 2 away. So that flips the order over for Gianna Nicoletti, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout.
Number 24, Gianna Nicoletti.
Nicoletti will look to get things going. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Starts Nicoletti off upstairs with the ball. Here's the 1-0. Got Nicoletti swinging on the inside part of the plate, and Anders will make the play. So a ground out to second to end the inning. That is the end of the 5th inning. It is 6-0 Dixie State. Be back with the 6th inning when we come back after this.
When life seems uncertain, there's one credit union that provides both dollars and cents. Copper State Credit Union. With solutions that focus on our members, you can take advantage of competitive rates, free cashback checking, and local attentive service. Uplifting our community is a standard we live by. That's why thousands of your Arizona neighbors rely on us. Strengthening Arizona families through financial empowerment. That's Copper State Credit Union.
At Tire Pros, we know your time is valuable.
And spending time with family and friends is what really matters.
Our customers are the core of our business.
That's why we make buying tires and auto service hassle-free.
Our certified technicians will keep your car running smoothly.
So you can spend your time the way that you want.
Find a convenient location near you at TireProsOfArizona.com.
Hassle-free guaranteed.
Let's take a look at the GCU upcoming schedule, Cheyenne.
Of course, we have softball second game coming up right after this one, and then baseball taking on NCU at 6 p.m. tonight, and then again softball finishing out this series tomorrow against Dixie State. So baseball and softball, last 2 sports happening on campus, really. So we head into the ending part of the year.
And GCU women's soccer was on the road today at New Mexico State. They won that one 2-0. That locked them into the 3rd seed going into next weekend's WAC tournament. That's going to be here at GCU. So congratulations to GCU women's soccer, who is on a tear in their last 6 or so games now. I believe they're now 5-0-1 in those last 6 games. Haven't lost.
Of course, men's soccer also undefeated.
1-1. I'm going to say fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, men's soccer is one of only 2 teams in the country that is untied and unbeaten to this point in the season. They'll play one more game, I believe, coming up here against UNLV before going back to Las Vegas, where UNLV will host the WAC tournament. That is also next week. It's a 1-2 count to Quigley, the leadoff batter here in the 6th inning. She'll rip that one back up the middle. It's through for a base hit. One aboard with nobody away, flipping the order back over for Hannah Eubanks. So the order flipping back over, Hannah Eubanks settles back in for a strike. She is 2 for 2 today with a walk, a single, and a home run to this point. Her 4th home run she hit back in the 4th on the season, so the 2nd best batter on this team. She's also one of the most dangerous players for the Dixie State Trailblazers. Looking to keep things going, but right now it's an 0-2 count to her. That's going to be over the head of Aguilar Bocage into right center field. First to third goes Quigley, and into second is Hannah Eubanks.
A nice effort there by Bocage, trying to jump and catch it, but a little far over her head.
Nice piece of hitting from Hannah Eubanks. Take that one the opposite direction. Get it over the head of Angelique Aguilar Bocage, as we will get an infield meeting in the circle now from the Lopes defense. No coaches out there, just the Lopes in the circle as everybody comes in, as now the umpire will walk back out there to break things up. Bring Gerke back behind the plates. SHEA Clements will get ready to settle in. 1 for 3 today. She singled back in the 3rd, a flat and a strikeout for her as well. Here in the top of the 6th, nobody down. She's got 2 in scoring position. That's in for a strike. Oh, 1 from Sahar. That one's taking the opposite direction into foul territory. Dyer not going to make a play on it. No balls, 2 strikes. Now to the catcher for Dixie State today. Her team's up 6-0. She's got Quigley on 3rd, Eubanks on 2nd, 2 in scoring position. Looking to tack on to the lead. Oh-2, fouled away into the screen, straight back. And ultimately over and almost into the first row of the stands. Sydney Sahar looking to get the first out of the inning here. 0-2 outside. Gerke has to range over, make that grab, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Flown out. Right center field. It's a high one. It's deep. It's off the wall. That's going to get past Fifield. That's going to score a pair. And stopping at second will be Clements. So she brings in 2, and it's 8-0. Two RBI double for SHEA Clements. Brings up Megan Anders with nobody out. Looks like pinch runner is going to check into the game. For the catcher, SHEA Clements at second.
Pinch runner for Dixie State. Now on second base, number 33, Shaylee Jensen.
Shaylee Jensen checks in. She will run for Clements. 1-for-1 stolen base attempts for her. Megan Anders steps in. She'll send that one to Nicoletti in left, just right in front of the warning track. She'll make the grab, now tagging onto third. Didn't get her. Nicoletti made a great throw from just in front of the warning track out and left. And Jensen tags and is safe at third.
First baseman, MIKAELA Thompson.
Here's MIKAELA Thompson, the senior who's 2 for 3 today. She'll crush one foul. Single and a double for her. RBI as well. Hasn't come around to score just yet here in game 1. But looking at a third hit, that would be the second Trailblazer to total 3 hits today. Only Eubanks and Thompson have more than one. Of course, Eubanks the other with 3. And there's her third hit. That's going to score another Trailblazer as Jensen crosses home and another RBI single for Thompson. Three for 4 goes Thompson as Oakley Trapp will step in. She was stranded on third base. 1 for 1, a walk. Or 1 for 2, excuse me, a walk and a home run. In for a strike. Double play ball gets the Lopes out of the inning. Reached on the fielder's choice. Back in the 5th did Trapp. That's outside and low. Ball and a strike for Oakley Trapp. The freshman Utah native. She'll pop that up. Torville takes a couple steps back. And she'll make the grab to bring up Mallory Eldridge.
That was a big out there for Torville to get that second out of the inning there.
Absolutely. Needed that second out after already giving up 3 here in the 6th. She sends a high fly ball into center field. It's off the wall again past Fifield, and that's going to be an RBI triple for Mallory Eldridge. Scoring Thompson from first. And it is now a 10-0 lead for Dixie State.
Yeah, and just hitting off the wall, not having the height that it needs to get over, but nonetheless a triple there. So 1 more comes around for the Trailblazers and 1 standing on third.
There are 2 away. And that's an RBI single. And Dixie State pouring it on. That's now the third baseman, Maletta, who was hit by a pitch and stranded at first. She now gets an RBI single. Scoring Eldridge. And it's 11-0 and another visit to the circle for the Lopes infield. 2 away, bringing up Case Crawford. Junior Fillmore, California native Casey Crawford. That one ripped right center field to the wall again. Let's see if that scores MIKAELA. They're going to send her to the plate. The throw is on the money. And it is out number 3 at the plate. Dixie State went to be aggressive, and the relay throw was right on the money. Take another look.
Yeah, you see Coach waving her through to get to home, but a great throw there to Gerke behind the plate and getting the final out for the Lopes that they desperately needed there, Kyle.
Desperately needed indeed. As we go to the 6th, Lopes down to their final 3 outs. If they don't find a way to cut the lead to within 8, the first game of our doubleheader will be over. We'll be right back on GCU TV.
At Tire Pros, we know your time is valuable.
And spending time with family and friends is what really matters.
Our customers are the core of our business.
That's why we make buying tires and auto service hassle-free.
Our certified technicians will keep your car running smoothly.
So you can spend your time the way that you want.
Find a convenient location near you at TireProsOfArizona.com.
Hassle-free guaranteed.
Jaden Reed will look to get things going for the Lopes here in the 6th. They are down 11-0. They need to get it within 8 to continue and play the 7th inning. So 4 runs needed at least. Reed squares the bunt, can't lay it down, fouls it off as Burge is still out there. She has been able to shut down this Lopes team very well. Her pitches have all been working for her today. Just 2 hits. So the Lopes tallied 1 more than they did against Arizona State. And Cheyenne, we were talking about it at the break. The Lopes have been held scoreless for the last 15 innings and counting right now.
Yeah, their last score came in that 3rd game against the Aggies. It was back in the top part of the 2nd. Kaylee Holland came around to score after Reed was walked. So it was an unearned run that the Lopes had.
Reed grounds that one, flipped over Anders to Thompson. Out number 1. And, you know, this is a Lopes team that coming into the series ranked 1st in the WAC in runs scored with 161 on the season. So considering that they've been held scoreless for the last 15 innings and the way Dixie State has played today, Dixie State has just had the hotter bat and better pitching as well and pretty good defense all the way around.
Yeah, the Lopes have not had an answer for the Trailblazers pitching, and that's where the real difference is right now, Kyle. Of course, those 2 home runs giving them 5 of their runs, and then that 5 spot put up in the top part of this inning.
Yeah, and of course, it was 1-0 through 2 innings, and then that 3-run home run in the 3rd really pushed Dixie State ahead, and they just kind of kept rolling from there.
And even more so, Kyle, that 3-run home run came after an illegal pitch was thrown and should have been the final out for the Lopes. And
yeah, we've seen a lot of illegal pitches from both pitchers today. That's it for a strike finally. So it's 2 balls and a strike to Lily Bishop. So see if Lily can get aboard and get something rolling. But again, just those 2 hits and the leading team in runs scored. So you could say the best offense in the Western Athletic Conference has been held scoreless for the last 15 innings, going on 16 now. That's going to be a big storyline going into Game 2 and 3 of this set with Dixie State. Of course, game 2 coming up about 30 minutes or so after the conclusion of this one.
And we've seen the Lopes have been held scoreless in games before and then come back and have their bats swinging and have their bats alive. So definitely just need to find answers for the Trailblazers pitching here.
Another ground ball right at Anders on Thompson for out number 2. Brings up Angelique Aguilar-Bocage for the Lopes. Last chance. Lopes need 4. Nobody aboard. 2 down. Bocage, a single and a walk. She is 1 for 1 officially on the afternoon into this early evening now. She and Dyer the only 2 Lopes with hits. That's in for a strike. We'll see what Angelique can do here. No one count for her. Up high. It's a ball and a strike to the shortstop for the Lopes, who has flashed the leather a couple of times on the defensive side this afternoon for Grand Canyon. She and Savannah Torville have been outstanding on the left side of the infield today. 1-1. Bocage driven the opposite way. Does it have enough? It's over the head and off the wall. Bocage going to get into second, standing up. It gets past Quigley for a moment, but Eldridge was right there to pick it up in right field. So Bocage a 2-out double for the Lopes.
Yeah, Bocage trying to get something going here, standing on second. 2 for 2 on the day with that walk back in the 4th, and then now having Fifield up at the plate for the Lopes. Saw Fifield get 2 home runs in that second game against the Aggies for her first multiple home run game that she's had.
Yeah, Fifield, a dangerous batter. She's been one of the more consistent ones for the Lopes here this season. She'll stand in. Up high. Taking that for a ball. So Fifield settles in on the 1-0 counts. Again, 4 home runs on the year for KRISTIN Fifield. Fouls that one away. Ball and a strike for her. Burgess trying to get a shutout. And this one, 1-1, off speed. It's working. In for a strike. Fifield struck out in the first, flew out in the 4th. This is her 3rd plate appearance. Burgess looking for shutout number 1 on her season. Only giving up 3 hits today. On the offensive side, Dixie State's got 14.
Yeah, and that'll be one of the main storylines here, Kyle, is the Lopes were just out hit today for 3 for 20 compared to the Trailblazers 14 to 30.
Just a 150 batting average as a team for Grand Canyon, 467 for the Trailblazers of Dixie State. Here is the 2-2 from Carissa Burgess. Fouled away, Fifield staying alive. See if she can bring Aguilar-Bocage around to score. The Lopes have left 4 runners on base so far here in game 1, trying to avoid leaving a 5th. 2-2. Low. Count goes full to the Lopes center fielder. Fifield a 309 average coming into the day. Lined foul. She was 0 for 2 against Arizona State, 0 for 3 in the 3rd game against New Mexico State. Did have 3 hits on the series, so 3 for 15 was Fifield against New Mexico State, and the last time the Lopes had a WAC series. And like you mentioned, Cheyenne, those 2 hits in Game 2 were both home runs. 3-2, fouled off again.
Yeah, a dangerous hitter in Fifield in this Lopes order. We've obviously seen her power with those last 2 home runs. Is one of the 3 players on the Lopes team that's tied for the most home runs with 4, and just trying to get something going here down to their final out here in the 6th.
Down to their final out, down to their final strike. Here is the payoff pitch with 2 away to Fifield. They're going to ring her up looking. That is how this one ends. The 5th strikeout for Carissa Burgess. And this one ends in 6th innings, 11-0 in favor of the visitors, Dixie State.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Kyle, definitely one of the main storylines here is the Lopes are just out-hit. 14-30 for the Trailblazers, and then 3 for 21 for the Lopes. Bokosh having 2 of those hits on the day, but definitely going to have to get something going for them in a game number 2 happening in about 30 minutes after this one. And something that the Lopes need to do is be able to get through that Trailblazers pitching.
Absolutely. Carissa Burgess, 6 innings of work officially, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts as the Lopes fall 11-0. As you take a look one more time at the final game stats brought to you by Commonwealth Insurance, those 14 hits for Dixie State. Just one error between the 2 sides, and it was on the Lopes, and then the hitting really stands out as well as the runners left on base. Dixie State 467 as a team, the Lopes just 143. So first pitch for Game 2 of this Friday night doubleheader is scheduled at 4:38. So just about 32 minutes from now, we will step aside, and we hope that you will join us for Game 2 between the Trailblazers and the Lopes as the Lopes look to bounce back against Dixie State.